Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to discuss about few related topics of ecology, that is what is ecosystem, food chain, food web and life table. So without wasting time, let's begin. As discussed earlier, what is ecosystem? We already have discussed. An ecosystem is an interacting system which is interacting of living organism and their physical environment, and this term was coined by your Tansley, A.G. Tansley. Okay. So what is ecosystem? This is the structural and functional unit of your ecology, where what happens, biotic things are there, abiotic things are there, and how they are interacting with each other and how they are affecting each other, that is known as what your ecosystem. The three basic components of an ecosystem are your what? One is producer, second is consumer, and including your decomposers. Okay, third one. But anyhow, two things are there. One is producer and another one is your what? Consumer. Decomposer, anyhow they are coming under your consumers only. And inorganic and organic substances which exchange energy and nutrients, broadly divided into your two categories. So one is your structural things, okay, and is your functional things. Structure is two types, living and abiotic, that means non-living. Living things are biotic, like producer, like autotrophs, which produces the food, okay. Consumer, some are primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. So suppose you see one is grass, okay, grass is your water first trophic level, okay, this is your autotrophs. Suppose what is happening on this grass, the grasshoppers are feeding. So this grasshoppers will be known as primary consumer, and next on this grasshopper, suppose frog is feeding, that is known as secondary consumer. Suppose on frog's neck is feeding, that is known as your tertiary. On this, suppose decomposers are coming. Okay, so this is known as primary consumer. In general, they are herbivores, and your secondary will be in general carnivores. Tertiary will be definitely your carnivores. Yes or no? Herbivore, carnivore, carnivore. Like this, the relationship will go. Next part, your scavenger or decomposers will come. Saprophytes will come. Okay. So decomposer, bacteria, fungus, whatever the microorganisms are there, they will undergo different type of enzymatic activity, for which what is happening, your decomposition is happening and the nutrient will be recycled. Then abiotic component, organic components are there, carbohydrate, lipid, protein and all. Inorganic like water, ammonia, gas elements will be there. Climatic factor like your rainfall, humidity, temperature, moisture, okay, light, all those things will come. We have discussed already these things. Then function of an ecosystem, food chain, food web, energy flow and cyclic matter. Here you can see biotic component, it is divided into two types, autotrophs, heterotrophs. Autotroph means they can produce their food, like your phototrophs plant, chemotrophs, different type of microorganism. Then heterotrophs, what is this? Which depend upon others, like your hologenic, just like your human being, animals. Saprophytes, like your decomposers. Parasites, parasites means smaller organism feeding on larger organism. Yes or no? That is what a parasite with having some association. These things you know, you see earth ecosystem divided into natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem divided into terrestrial, that means without water, then aquatic, water bodies. Terrestrial divided into forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem, tundra green ecosystem, polar, that means ice ecosystem. Okay, these are terrestrial. Then aquatic, one is marine, another one is freshwater. Sea and freshwater means your river will come, pond will come, those things will come. Marine ecosystem again divided into ocean, estuarine, deltaic, trikonobhumi. Okay, those things will come. Freshwater, one is standing water like your pond ecosystem, another one is your lotic water, that is your river ecosystem. So this freshwater is divided into two types, one is pond ecosystem, another one is river. The standing one is known as your lentic and the running one is known as lotic. Where mosquito prefer, standing water is preferred by mosquito, and if you see dragonfly, damselfly, stonefly, their naiads, larval stage, they prefer your what? Lotic running water ecosystem. Next one you see food chain. What is food chain? We will discuss. The transfer of food energy from the producer through series of organisms that means that is your herbivores, carnivores, decomposer with repeated eating and being eaten process. That means you see, suppose this is the first trophic level, okay, first trophic level, and here the plants are there, producer level, yes or no, sunlight is there, the sun energy is coming, plant is autotrophs, they are producing the green matter. On this what happen, through a series of organisms, first what will happen, your second trophic level things will come, that is your herbivores will come. Suppose one grasshopper is there, it is feeding upon the plants. Then what, carnivorous, yes or no, carnivorous. Now here what will happen, on this carnivorous, that means on this herbivorous grasshopper, one carnivorous, that means frog, non-vegetarian, they will feed upon the grasshopper. On this again what will happen, snake may come or decomposers may come. Suppose frog died, then decomposition, not died, snake will eat, yes or no. Like this the trophic level will go on increasing, yes or no. In the process of eating and being eaten, eating the following trophic level, eaten by the above preceding trophic level. In this process only your food, what is that, chain of circle of energy is happening, yes or no. This process is known as what, your food chain. I hope you are getting all of the points. If any kind of doubt is there, you can ask in the comment box. Okay, food chain term was given by Charles Elton. Primarily the producer utilizes the radiant energy of the sun which is transferred to the chemical form, that is ATP, during photosynthesis. The green plant occupies in the food chain the first trophic level, that is the producer level, primary producer, they are also known as autotrophs. Okay, they can produce their own food by utilizing sunlight. The energy thus stored in the green plants is then utilized by the plant eaters known as herbivores, that is your second trophic level, and they are known as primary consumer. Those herbivores will be eaten up by another trophic level, third trophic level organism, that is known as what, carnivorous. Okay, that is third trophic level, and here secondary consumer comes. Then what happens, tertiary consumer may come, otherwise if they will die, they will be decomposed by your scavengers, otherwise known as saprophytes. This is how what happens operate in the nature. Some organisms are omnivorous, they will be representing different trophic level at a time. Okay, eating the producer as well as the carnivores also, they will feed upon the plant also, they will feed upon the your other animals also, human being, yes or no, at the lower level in the food chain. Group of organism exploiting a common resource in a similar manner, same trophic level, is known as guild. Suppose you see there are trophic levels, okay, there are trophic levels. Now what happen, group of organisms, suppose you see in second trophic level, goat is there, rabbit is there, grasshopper is there, elephant is there, deer is there, these are the group of organism of herbivores exploiting a common source in a similar manner. Suppose in first trophic level grass is there, all are feeding. So this group is known as what, your one guild, G-U-I-L-D, that is known as what, your guild. Clear? Next you see different type of food chain are there, grazing food chain. You see it start from the green plants, okay, goes to the grazing herbivores, okay, and thereafter the carnivores it will go. Saprophytic or detrital, this type of food chain goes from the dead and decaying organic matter into microorganisms and then to organisms. That means dead and decaying organic matter will be there, that will be fed upon by microorganism, this will be fed upon by even smaller microorganism, the decomposers. Dead organism, plant or animal, taken up by fungus, and those are will be eaten by bacteria. Then parasitic food chain starts with the host larva, but energy is transferred from larger to smaller. You see, suppose producer, the plant is there. On a single plant, so many birds are feeding, these are parasite. On a single bird, so many insects are feeding. On a single insect, so many microorganisms are feeding. This is what your inverted pyramid, that is your parasitic food chain. Next, what is food web? You see, in nature, a single food chain is not possible. Yes or no? It's not like that lion will always feed upon the deer. Sometimes tiger may come, sometimes it may die, sometimes bear will feed. Yes or no? So a single food chain cannot be possible in the nature. That is not at all possible. Yes or no? That's why what happens? Always different food chains will be interlinked. So a series of food chain is known as what, your food web. Food chain in natural condition never operate in isolation, but are interlocked with each other, forming some sort of interlocking pattern, which is referred to as what? Your food web. Under natural condition, the linear arrangement of food chain hardly occurs, but remain interlocked, you can see, okay, with different type of organism at different trophic level. Clear what is food chain, what is food web? Yes or no? Now coming to the difference between food chain and food web, what is the difference? Food chain difference is group of organism interlinked by the process of eating and being eaten is known as what? Your food chain. What is food web? Group of food chain interlinked, yes or no? Number of food chain are interlinked to form a food web. In food chain what happens? Deer means it will represent only second trophic level only, yes or no? Lion means third trophic level only. But in food web that is not possible. One organism may represent different trophic level. Suppose human being, we are second trophic level. When we are feeding upon the plant, suppose what is happening? Goat is feeding on grass, then we are feeding on the goat, then we are at third trophic level, yes or no? That's what it is telling. One organism may represent different trophic level. In food chain it is unable to maintain the stability because energy flow chart is less, energy flow flexibility is less, but in food web maintain stability because it is interlinked. More the diversity, more stable will be the ecosystem. Practically not possible, no isolated food chain is found, but food web exists everywhere.
अच्छा सुनो, सब्सक्राइब करते वक्त ना घंटी बजा देना ताकि जब मैं ऑनलाइन आऊँ तो तुम्हारे फोन की भी घंटी बजे।